and we look at every 20-year housing time period going back 60 years, and guess what? The market as a whole is went up. I can remember my dad saying in the 80s, it's like, good grief, man. These prices are crazy. I mean,
imagine.
What do they think? Everybody is going to live in a house that costs over $100,000? Give me a break. What are we all millionaires? What are they crazy? There's no way that we could sustain this, and everybody would be living in a house that costs over $100,000.
Keep in mind, minimum wage is about $3.35 an hour.
That's right.
At that point, too,
exactly. See how things have changed, though. But you look back and you go back, and I'm sure my grandfather, probably back in the '60s, was saying the same thing. I mean, I've sold homes in the Triad that I go back, and some of the people have bought them back in the '60s they were like $6,500 for the whole house.
Nice.
I mean, it's crazy. So when we look at the history, guys, that's what I'm saying. It's a good trade, and now it is the fear of the unknown that kills us every single time. It's the but what if? But what if, Jason? But what? Am I speaking your language out there? But what if I buy now and the value drops? Yeah. But what if they go up? But what if they go up and not down? And so you're freaking out probably over something, well, one that you can't really control no matter what side of the fence you're on. Whether you're on the rent side or the own side, the market's going to do what the market is going to do. But let's just say you did buy today, and let's just say you bought your house and it was $350,000. And in the first year that you own that house, it drops. It drops. The value just plummets to $280,000. It went from $350,000 to $280,000. And now you were like, I am underwater. I didn't put that much down on the property. I actually owe more than it's worth. What in the world? What am I going to do? Hey, guess what, guys? You don't have to move. You don't have to move. Just because the value of the house changes doesn't mean that you got to live somewhere. And if it was the perfect house at $350,000, but now for some reason it feels like a boat anchor. If it's just weighing you down because it's dropped in value. So just don't move, guys. If you move, what would you be anyway? Probably a renter again. And not that is a bad thing, but if you look at long term, we're making a long-term trade is what we're looking at. And so think about that. Don't freak out. Now, I'll have some people say, well, what if I lose my job? What if I get transferred? Well, we talk about investment in real estate on this show. What if we took that house and that became your first asset? It became your first great rental house. Just because it went down in value doesn't mean a renter is not going to pay enough to what? Cover your mortgage.
Right.
And so you don't have to freak totally out and bail on the house just because the valuation has changed. And here's the other thing. You're not going to be going, there's no real estate jail, okay, that I know of. You're not going to go to real estate jail because, the house value's changing and flipping around and doing all these different things. So I would say this, guys, just relax and it's going to be okay. I promise you, it's going to be okay.